products and whatnot. That's really what sets us apart. That XDS technology that Bevan developed gave you something exclusive that no one else has, right? It was a breakthrough because us have taken some of those ingredients that you see on our product labels. All of us have seen some of these things in other products. And what truly sets it apart is that all the stuff that we've ever used has been useful, very useful in some cases, right? But what none of them did was regrow your mitochondria. And when you understand the mitochondrial story, this arc of having a lot of it, having very little as you get older in life, and how vital that is to everything that happens in your body. It's so major to be able to go do that. And any of you who've been on very many of our calls, you know that. I mean, you just know that we could call this miracles and stuff. Could have done that. So I want to start there. We're going to take you to my desktop. We're going to take you through this compensation plan. I'm going to share this right now, and we'll change my desktop. Get over here where I got this set up. So this time I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on the compensation plan, more so than I've done before. I started studying this probably 2008, 2009, something like that. And consider the background now. I'm coming from NASA. I've been to the Pentagon. I've seen all this technology at the highest level. You do things differently when you come from that kind of environment. At NASA, you learn that we flew in a mission in the computer before we fly into space. Okay, so you research everything thoroughly. So in my run-up to doing this particular compensation plan and getting involved with it, I actually talked to people in different companies and asked them, what do you like about that compensation plan you have? If you could change something about it, what would it be? Okay, I went through all, and I didn't just focus on the company or a few large distributors. That is what happens in most companies. You're underrepresented if you're 99% of the people, right? They're really, again, just focus on the company. Of course, you got to do that. Nothing wrong with that. Company has to stay in business. And they focus on a few large distributors. If you're a big person, a big player in the industry, you should do very well. But what about everybody else? Okay, that to me was missing potential altogether. That I really wanted to develop. And I don't know if any of you heard that Isley Brothers song, "Fight the Power." You can find it on YouTube. Isley Brothers, "Fight the Power." That's what I was channeling during the course of developing this. I just thought about it. I knew, because I've been in the boardrooms with companies as they talked about their compensation and how they wanted to treat their reps. And they really are thinking about you, okay? That much. That's been my experience. So to start out, now I got my basic model, then it goes all the way back to 2010 when I first started working on this model. But right away, I understood that when I transitioned to the more mito company, there were some specific things that we wanted this to do. First of all, to get this technology out, which is my mission along with Bev and Dale, all of us, we want to get this out to as many people as possible. So we need to give advantage to as many people as possible. We want to get big. So what's my definition of big? Big for me is real simple. Big is nothing but a whole lot of little. If we can help incentivize new people with small groups, that kind of thing, big is always going to take care of itself. The bigger you get, the more secure your incomes are going to be, and we put features in to make sure that was the case. Now, again, building on this technology, immediately we had a huge advantage because transitioning from our prior company to this company that Bevan and I owned, we saw immediately a 300% increase in the order size. So if you don't take away anything else from this presentation, know that our people earn 2 to 3 times as much as they used to. Okay, that is a big deal. A huge deal, obviously, just on the face of the number. And the other thing we saw was the urgency with which people wanted to get this products of this technology in it, right? 40% of the people were actually shipping it overnight. I've never seen a statistic like that. So we had a huge head start going into the compensation plan discussion or process. Now, let's hit the highlights here. I won't go through the whole thing. I'll point out to you that every one of these pages has this little click here, right here. That's where you can read that page and click this, a recording will come up, and you can play that recording. You'll hear me again explaining that page. So you got that also. Any question you got, you can certainly check with your upline. You can call customer service. We have a person there that addresses that things they can, so will end up with me. Okay? So here you go. The biggest barrier to you being successful in promoting our company, anybody that does this, what is it going to cost you? Right? How about we let it cost you nothing? All right, so now we're taking all the barriers away. Who can afford free on the fifth about this? I just want to turn into profit centers. They're not satisfied with just building the product. See, with us, we thought it was a field of dreams. If we build this amazing product that would do all these things we hope for, help people mentally, physically, and emotionally, the people would come, and they have. And as a result, we get to talk to you tonight. Okay? So, taking this free. The other thing is, there's too many tricks, games, and gimmicks in compensation plans. I wanted none. For example, no mandatory auto shifts. What they're doing is trying to coerce you into buying product because they also know you want to earn out of the compensation plan. So they're really like holding you hostage to the compensation plan. So people buy product they don't really need because the compensation plan says so. There are no features in this compensation plan that cause you to buy more product. We don't even count BV and PV. That's kind of a trick bag in and of itself. What it means is that you have to have a certain amount about the dollar amount. It's not how many customers you have, it's how much money came out of those customers. Compensation plan has. And the reason I did it is because at some time, at some level, somebody's going to try to sell somebody more product than they need or buy more product than they need to qualify just because the compensation plan says so. I want you to feel totally comfortable that you can refer somebody to our company. And if they chose to be owner, you don't have to. Product and nobody's chasing you trying to sell something if that's not your interest, okay? But hopefully you'll want to share it with people just because of how well the technology works and how beneficial it is to them. But when we get to the compensation side, nothing about it says you got to have such a dollar amount associated with it. We're not doing that. Okay. The other thing is there's tricks and games in typical compensation plans that make it difficult for people to qualify because they don't want everybody to qualify. They want to create breakage. What's breakage? That is compensation that the compensation plans says could be paid out, but it doesn't go out, right? It ends up coming back to the big fine and take it away scenario. We don't have any of that. There's no breakage here. The other thing is that I've designed real-time compensation plans from the beginning. Most of you have been in those where you're going to earn once a month, once a week, or something. Maybe they got a fast start bonus. How about we make everything in real time? What is that? It's a purchase. It's going to get your pay line. And that customer sees order complete. Everybody who's supposed to be compensated by the order has already been compensated. Try it. See if you can beat our compensation plan ability to get that compensation in your back office before you can go back there and look at it, okay? You refresh, it's already there. The only question we made it here today about is that this compensation plan has become very popular with hackers. People are always trying to break in our system and this kind of thing, so we put some things in place to make sure you're a real person. You have to verify email address, verify your phone number, that kind of thing, and then you're introducing people can often say you're trusted if you're a person. And get cut service out and finally putting you on. So there you go. So from that point on, it's full speed ahead. It's simple to me. I think fast. It's the right speed to move at when it comes to compensating you, right? There's none of this next week, next month, or whatever. And every single thing is in real time. There's nothing. Just refer somebody and see. All right. So real-time compensation, real-time ranking master. I gotta tell you something about this ranking master. I thought a lot about this. Like a lot of companies that I analyze or work with, you would get in the to realize that promotion. A lot of you know what I'm talking about. None of that here. The single order that causes you to be promoted to whatever the new rank is, right? We promote you first, and then we instantly compensate you. That's none of this waiting anymore. Why? Why you gotta wait? That in this interest of not you, okay? So here again, focus on that small person needs to get it in time as quickly as possible. Okay. We'll talk about how that's done. You get to choose how you want it sent to yourself. We got an awesome international ACA. A huge breakthrough countries all around the world. Awesome. Okay, pick your own payday. I think payday is obsolete. They're obsolete, right? The instant you earn it is the instant you can use it. Assume you've already become a trusted user. Okay, we don't have to worry about you being a hacker, all right? And that's how it is. There's no way for anybody to. That happens enough on the job you got now. You got a job, okay? No, it's full speed ahead right here. Okay, that's the compensation. I noticed that when you get to be a person with a larger group and you're starting to earn full-time income, 4, 5, 6, 7, the emphasis shifts from being able to help you earn securely. Think about that. I just saw a situation in which there was a condition where if the upline person helps a person get to a certain level, it suddenly takes a huge chunk of their income away. With us, you'll get vested commissions. I'll tell you how that works in a little bit. Okay. All right, what the net effect of it is, the customers going forward are directly tied to you. Your code number is literally assigned to that customer's record. So every time they come up for a purchase, assuming you're still qualified at the level that you earned it at, you're always going to get that. Nobody can take that from you. So it's a way of giving you equity long term in our country. There's some other thing people you can catch you in rank and prevent you from earning. We've eliminated that. You've got this more mitochondria concept that many people take advantage of. So your compensation comes in, whether it's, as I'll explain in a minute, more mitocash if you're a referring customer, or commissions if you're a paid representative. You can just transfer that to somebody else. We've had many of you who there are tens of thousands of dollars with people, collectively, and certain individuals have done it. Some of you have done thousands of dollars. Really appreciate that. Okay. That's really key. Yes, we have placement. I don't recommend it as a way to build, but there are situations in which you may want to help a particular individual out. Okay, so let's do the how you get started. Everyone has to start as a customer. There's a regulatory reason for that, because even though we don't think of ourselves as a network marketing company, I'd be prepared to be maybe regulated that way. So you always have to have more customers than you do promoters. And some compensation. One compensation. It's like Amazon. You go on, you buy, you don't have to sign up anything. Okay, fine, terrific. We're okay with that. We respect your customership, as I like to call it. Then you have referring customers. Referring customers, I hope most and so when you refer somebody, you can earn a little more that you can subsequently use to pay for what transfer to others. There's a paid representative. Of course, it no cost. Now you can be a paid representative. None of that. I meant it when I said it's free. Then you switch becomes compensation earned as a referring customer product. Going forward, all of your compensation is now going to be commissions that you can spend on anything that you want. Take it out, send it to yourself. PayPal, Venmo, ACH, what have you. Okay. All right. So let's go to talk about these rank classes. This flip these back and see this the way you would normally look. I keep everything dark. It's just better for my eyes. Okay. So there are these rank classes, ambassador, senior ambassador. We just want to make it easy for you to get started. So that's those features I just talked about in the highlights, all evident here with it being free. And I'll talk about qualification in a minute, and we'll make that simple. I'm sorry, I gotta get this handled. Okay, well, fix this so that doesn't happen again. All right, there we go. Okay, so you have this again, these features that I talked about earlier about being so you can easily and you can help other people get going easily. Okay. Now the other thing is that that next level is where you're starting to build teams. Larger groups, you got 5 or more people. These are when you start to hit, you become a star, you go up and down a little bit. That goes from 5 to 150 customers is where you qualify there. This goal rank, this is designed to pay full-time incomes. This is where those vested commission features begin, all right? And there's a different kind of vested commissions when you get to this platinum level. I'll take you through gold, all right? First, let's talk about qualification. What does it take for you to earn anything with more amount? You have to bring us a customer, and we don't care who that customer is. It could be you, it could be someone else, doesn't matter. You'll be qualified. Now, how does that work? Here's how it works. Whoever your qualifier is, let's say it's you. When you qualify, you get purchased here, qualifies you for 35 days, earn commissions on others. Okay? Now, let's say it's not you. Let's say you don't have the money right now, because one of the things I really did not want is anybody have to wait to payday to participate with you. Okay? So it's not necessary. You can affiliate with us, somebody, their purchase will qualify them, they'll qualify, and the very next person you earn on, well, you enroll, you can be compensated on them, right? But now understand this: if the same function applies, each time that person who is your qualifier makes another purchase, it just pushes your qualification ahead, so you don't earn on a point. That qualifier is qualified to earn on others. Okay, it is a person, it's not an individual order. All right. Okay, let's keep it moving. So anyway, so that gets you to to be qualified. Now I'll skip these intermediate explanations. I'm gonna go right to the arrow, and that's going to show you compensation. Okay, so here you go. To qualify at all, you need a single customer. This line here says customers required, right? This line here says rank. This line here says earn on personals, what you get personally, right? And by the way, these are being computed on 50% payouts, typically. So if a $200 order, payout's going to be $100, and this percent means that you get $25. Okay, it's that straightforward. Okay. And as soon as you qualify, you get 5 unit levels. What's a unit level if you don't know? Everyone you enroll goes on your first level. Once they enroll, goes on a second level. So can you handle that sound? Okay, now when you become a senior ambassador, you do that by adding 3 more customers or customer legs in addition to however you qualify. So if you qualified yourself by making a purchase, the next 3 people that you enroll in the next 35 days is go to senior ambassador. What do you get for them? You double the average you earn on levels 2 through 5. You see that right here, 2.5 to 5%, okay, on those levels. Now, to become a star, get your first infinity bonus. What's an infinity bonus? It's a bonus that's not limited to the number of levels. Each unit level only goes 5 levels. The first 1-star bonus of going deeper. That's why the line where the 5th level is. What do you get? You get 15%. What's that add up to in your personal self? 40, because that's what you get when you add 25 and 15. You're getting 40% now. So on that $200 order, just to make the real example, $100 payout, you get, that's what that says. Okay. And then you get it all the way down to where? Down to the next 1-star silver or above. Okay. Then that person will get it from there. So you're getting it on your immediate team. Okay. Now, if I wanted to get off to a really, really quick start, I would focus on getting myself a 2-star silver, because it changes, because you get some significant bonus here, right? You get in the orders, you're going to get 5%. And then on your downline, that's true all the way down to and including any first generation 1-star silver. So let's say, you know, you're doing pretty good, you get 5 more, and you get someone on your team gets five more. You're right. Start getting that 5% of their group. There's 2 of these, but you're going to get the same thing on that whole group. So you're going from earning on individuals on levels to a level of groups that's bigger. Okay, take my word. When you get there, you'll know it. Okay. So how do you qualify for this? You needed to get to be a 1-star. You needed 5 customers, right? You need someone in your downline someplace to become a 1-star, or you go get 10 yourself. Either way, we'll fast forward you to 2-star silver at that point, okay? And this is big time. So 2-star silver is where I see people, you know, paying for their product, paying for house notes and things like that. Okay, this is where it starts to get serious. And when these 2-star silvers are pushing to be 3 stars, you need a total of 150 customers to get here, as it says. You need to have 3 legs. I'll just back up here and really show you this chart. You need 3 legs like this to have 2 stars in it. Okay, this is someone who was a 1-star. They put in someone else who became a 1-star someplace in their downline, promoted them to 2-star. And that's what you look like when you become a 2-star, right? You need 3 legs like that. The minimum requirement is still 5. You should have a lot more because nobody's paying you not to keep sharing this technology with people, right? But you do that, that'll make you a 3-star. And as this is saying, 150 and then doing all the work and everybody right on them. But you get 40%, which is really liberal. All right, let's come back to this arrow chart. Okay, now 3 stars is a big deal. Here's what I think. I think that if you can become a builder, which is my design criteria was, we want to build a company, so I have to define a builder. That's someone who does above average production. We set that at 5. You're not going to do 5 by accident. The other thing is you had to duplicate yourself. Well, you're showing this at 2-star silver, right? You had to put a star in underneath you. Now, but I suspect you're a builder if you do that. I need you to show that you can be a builder of builders, okay? So that's what happens when you get to 3-star silver and you got those 3 legs that have two stars in it. Okay, all right. So we're gonna give you this other bonus now. That's this 3-star silver bonus that you get, as it says here, all the way down to the next 3-star silver. Okay, so straightforward. All right. You start with, gets 5 levels. You know, you get 3 more. You earn more on levels 2 through 5. You start getting these infinity bonuses down to the level, down to including the levels that are indicated in the chart. And once again, you don't have to understand all this. All you got to do is click this thing. Better still, go out and do it. And let that computer teach you how this works. And start sending you the compensation to your back office. Okay? That's what. Now, everything we just talked about moved to this chart. So this is what 3-star silver we're just talking about. Let's add this gold on here. So gold is a big deal. So far, consistently, everyone who has made gold has $1,000 a month. That's by design. And so far, it's done exactly that. But the big deal. I want to see people getting there, and you don't have to be full-time to do it. You know, we've got at least one person who is currently part-time. I don't know that there'll be that here, who's on pace to earn a 6-figure income with us in their part-time as a goal. A 2-star we'll get to in a moment. So getting what you gotta do to do, I'll just jump back to gold. At gold, you, as it says in this chart, you need 300 customers, no more counting no more than 105 out of any one leg. Okay, and you're gonna get a 1-star, what does this say? Coded bonus down to the next 1-star gold investment. What is this code stuff? That's what I told you about in the introduction. Everybody in your gold team, everyone for whom you are the first upline gold, every time they bring in a new customer, the algorithm is very simple. It says, is this a new customer, yes or no? If the answer is yes, this is a new customer, and then it asks, who is the first upline that you do? If that is you, then your code number is added to that customer's record. Now let's come back and say that same customer makes a future purchase. We make that future purchase, same question, is this a new customer, yes or no? Was this person previously assigned? It was assigned to you, okay, we'll pay you. And every time they come back from over, you just keep getting paid, getting paid. It's a big deal to keep the goals and whatnot about this. They'll tell you this is a big. What happens if you don't qualify? You don't qualify for any of these levels. But first of all, I believe in instant promotion. I said that earlier. As soon as a customer comes in, it causes a promotion to happen. We don't promote. We promote you first, and then we pay you on that very one that came in that promoted you. And what I tell you, fast is the right speed to move at when it comes to get you compensated, right? So why we wait? We don't do waiting once you qualify. We do pay you now. Okay. All right. So that's one start. Go. Well, now you're these coded bonuses are attached to you going forward. This is kind of a breakthrough in compensation. I talked to the gentleman who invented coded bonuses. We reinvented it because the original version, you could never earn any coded bonuses on the team you already had. You had to start recruiting new people, building new teams, and then you can get it. So for you compensation on the line, this is just breakthrough we made. Never know before. Let me stay here. So you need those legs that had 2 stars in them. You need 2 stars and 3 legs, but they both got to be 2-star silvers, right? You got to be 2-star silvers here. Yes, just the next level up. That will get you to go. This is illustrating the minimum requirement. People I don't believe in minimums. Okay, I mean, like I said, everybody should be trying to help as many people as possible. We're not playing money games here where you just get 3 and you tell everybody else. I don't believe in any of that. Okay, you go help as many people as you can. That's that you do today, and once you get compensated, probably like you've never been before. Okay, all right. A 2-star goal. You get total customer. Who does that include? That's you and everybody on your team. All right, people who have made it, and it only is counting. People who have made a purchase in the last 30 to this second level. You get a this works like the 2-star silver bonus. I'll go back to the arrow to see it right here. You notice how this looks like the 2-star silver does? Here you are, 2-star gold. The difference is that these are codes. These are permanently associated. You ask so pro design the 2 golds we got now, how they like that. Okay? Why big smiles come on their faces. Okay? The same one you're gonna have when you make this level. Because it's really an awesome thing. I'll show you how the depth that they're getting on this is like they've never seen before. You know, talking about 14. Nobody pays you that. They don't think they do. All right. The thing is that if you're creating the activity, if you're making it happen, you're helping us get to this technology to people who need it. Yeah, we'll pay you as deep as it goes. Okay. Now I'll just highlight this about platinum. Platinum is a different way to do this. This works like DNA. These are much bigger requirements. We're seeing 6-figure comes all the way back here. Okay, this is good. This is going to be way huge. You need more customers, and you need the same 5 legs. I guess I'll glance back at this. You need the same 5 legs, but you're going to get a P1 coded bonus when you do. Here. You can choose 2 legs that will be immediately coded to you as your team. That's those 2 legs, right? And every new customer forward, and not just the customers, every new rep that gets your platinum. This works like you're like children, grandchildren. So we've already seen this with no platinums, where somebody in the U.S. signed up somebody in Canada that literally goes to China and comes back through Canada. How about that? So you've been on our calls. You know we're international. I don't know what Dale told me. So we're literally working. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to jump into a back off. Oh yeah, how exactly these things are distributed is not a big deal. It's pretty much like I showed you, but there's a video right here that will tell you, take you through an example of that if you want more. This chart right here shows you, let me know if I need to make this anybody. you can see it better. Maybe I will anyway. Okay, this chart here just is the same as the arrow chart, just turned sideways. And it substitutes actual numbers. Like if you do a bundle 150 bundle, what do you get? You get 18.5. Okay. If you're a rep, and then you get ranks here. This column is showing you what you're earning on those reps. So that adds another 1125 when you're 1-star silver. That's another S2A. And get how this stuff stacks. That's what you're understanding. So you're on this level here. You got that. But let's say you're a G1, you're a gold. If that's your customer, you're getting this compensation. You compensate the S2A. You don't get them both. Somebody else is going to get that B. Then you're going to get the 3-star silver. This is ridiculous. Okay? Don't take my word for it, though. Try it and see. Okay? Try it and see. And then over here, you have the criteria over on this side. I'm watching my time a little bit. I want to get to the testimony. Here we go. This other example is to give the same thing, showing that 50% payout. There are these disclaimers here that we have to tell you about your results is completely dependent on you. We call everybody an ambassador, whether you're part-time or full-time. We don't distinguish. Talk about accruing everything in real time. This is just a reiteration of what I talked about before. Got the income disclosure. Okay, that's it. So please read those, pay attention to those. Okay, so let me kind of sum this up a little bit. As I think what I want to do is I'm going to jump to the, and I'm going to, with permission, I'm going to go to Frank Provenzano's back office. I'll show you a little bit of where your dashboard is. So we'll let you, manage all of this. What makes this real for me is how much, not just how easy we made it for you to earn as you're helping other people, but also how you get that message out. Because it's two things you gotta have, right? You gotta have the message, which we put in this section called "Share More Mito Info." It's easy to get how the technology works out in examples of how well it did work. Okay, now when you do that, right, compensation, it's where you're gonna see what's happening. Okay, so like right here on the compensation, you got two things. You got a daily log. So you click that. It's gonna take a minute for this to come up because you got a big downline. Okay, so you got a daily log right here, as I was saying, and then the other piece is a history. We'll start with year, month, and there's stuff in there that will give you detail on how this is working. Okay, and we'll get into it as soon as that comes. It'll be up in a minute. Then you got the managed payout methods. So do you want to earn it with PayPal and Venmo? You want international ACH? That's what those options are about. Then you get to request it. Okay, you come in here, you request the payout. It'll show you, what you earned at the top. It'll show you that, and then your commission payout history. For more mito cash. You have compensation, it gets converted to more mito cash, transferred to them so they can use on product. And your whole history of how you did that. It's like, I love transparency, right? And then this section right here is showing you detail on how much you earn in a day. Okay, and if you click the day over here where it says detail, I can pick any one of them, I suppose. Let's try this one right here. And it'll come up and it'll show you all the individual orders that you got compensated on. Whoop, there you go on that day. And here again is what I'm about to brag about, okay? I want you to look at these double-digit numbers. It tells you the level it came from. I knew this was going to be a big deal, so I made sure I added this. It says level, right? You get the user code, you get the order number, you get the date half, and you get the order amount, and then you get a compensation amount that you got off that particular order. But over here, you're seeing how deep it came from. This first order that Frank got came from level 15, okay? That's just a fantasy come true, right? Because nobody needs to pay you that deep to get you to get excited about that deal, okay? And this is part of why this is so much more efficient and effective at getting you paid. I don't put those kinds of limits on it, okay? You'd never get this anywhere, and it totally adds up. Okay. All right. So that's that piece. And then if you choose the next one, it comes in on history, right? History shows it by a year, and then you can hit any one of these like this. We only got a couple months so far, and you get in and you see that also, and then you can drill down and find out what it was by the individual month, like this. Actually, by the level, we saw those on the month already. This is why you can really understand what's going on. And what I want to do with the marketing system is make it easy for you to expand this on every level, because I'll be training on this. Everybody at every level of your organization will understand how this works and make it, because it's easy for you now to get this to tell the story correctly. Press the button on the video and then get it out to a lot of people. You use that mobile app that we'll hit on in a moment, right? And then you can go tune it. You should be looking at your levels and seeing what of those levels I just showed you on that chart. How much are you earning on those levels? You know, 1-star silver, 2-star silver, so on, gold, whatever those levels are. You can see it all right there. Okay, so let's get out of here. Gotta leave some time. And the other piece that I'll show you before we leave this part is this, where you find the compensation plan right here. You click this button, you go here, you get this, and you get the compensation plan PDF popping up. And I'll come back. I'll go back here. Let's come right here and pick it up right here. Okay, so pay attention to this rank management. I will do this video that explains. So this is a big deal right here. This is like your dashboard when you're managing your activity. It tells you what your rank is, tells you who qualified you. If somebody else qualified you, know in the beginning I told you, you can sign somebody else and get them qualified, right? Have them qualified. Their name would be instead of yours. Tells you when it expires. And there are these useful links down here, like all your entire qualification history. You wonder, when exactly did I get this promotion? When you click the button, you'll see rank history, every promotion you ever got. You can go straight to your downline tree here and see that downline tree like this. And then it'll take a minute for his to come up. There you go. But when you click that, it opens up. You see the whole downline. You see this right here? You can see your direct management report of your downline. Okay, that's kind of cool, right? Okay, now, then you have you have where you are on all these levels. The green lines, like your status line, shows you how many customers are qualifying you, how many legs you got that have a single customer in it. It's a customer leg, so they got at least one customer in it. And it only shows you what your rank is, right? In green, like he's a 2-star, so you see the requirement. He needed 750, got a lot more than that. And in these 5, you got 19, so on and so on, right? So everything is shown like right here for you to get that. Okay, and some footnotes down here you should pay attention to. You can flip these from how you display it, a lot of little options like that. Okay. All right, now let me jump over here to share more Mito info. So you come right here, and it comes up showing. Let me go back to my other desktop. I'll do it from my desktop to do this part. Let me get rid of this mail. I don't need that mail. Okay, let's go. Get out of here. Okay, so I'm in my back office now. I'm a referring customer, right? Okay, so when you log in, I guess I need to do that to get to this. You log in, and right here, and I'm obviously doing this on my computer. You have a version of this on your phone also. Okay, magic. I'll bring that up. It says in the use, I guess gotta shut the screen down. And there you go. So I was at minus last time to make sure I show this from. There we go. Show this from the phone. Let's get this out of here. Okay, there we go. So you need to go to the App Store or Play Store, download this More Mito app, and it'll get on your phone right here. And this is this version of it. This is your back office, and you see the announcement on Monday up there. You can click there and listen to it, listen to previous calls, all of that, view it. So these 3 lines right here, and this is the beta version, will be out soon. This shows you that same menu that you see here. It says share more Mito info. I'll scroll up so you can see it. Yeah, this is the same as this is right here. Okay, they're the same. They're not quite synced yet because they're not quite finished in terms of everything showing up, but in both places at the same time. I'll do this over here just because it's easy for you to see it. This part gets you to your flyer, and you will see it the first time looking like this, because you confirm the information that you got on here. If you want to change it, you can, just like you can change how it shows on the front of your website with that info. So close this, come back here, and then you can view that flyer. This is how you can introduce yourself to people. You click this video is going to play immediately. It's going to tell that mitochondria story.
Yes, maybe no, or maybe I've heard the...
That's an AI version of it. I won't play it all the way through. And then down here, you'll have these videos. We gotta finish this video. We'll let that go. But we're not just going to put information out. You're going to be able to get information back. There's a survey down here, right? It tells people about the health and wellness calls and so forth. And I'm going to show you a minute where you get all this info back. When it comes back, you can see it. This bar right here lets you push information out. I was talking to somebody. You got 3 categories: people, pet, and you have more mitochondria story, which is where you can find those videos that you saw in the intro. They're right here. If you want to take these and send them out to people individually, you should all listen to this part 1 and part 2 to Bevan. It's like 40 minutes long, 20 minutes for each part, but it gives you a lot of hits. It says full story for a reason. Okay, so check that out. And that video you saw in the flyer, it's right here. If you click this, you can individually send that mitochondria story, the AI version of it over there. Okay, so pay attention to where that is, and you can take advantage of that. Okay, so now this is a big deal right here. If you're studying us and you want to know what's happening, because again, this is our process. We just grow mitochondria. We know that when you give the body this extra mitochondria energy, replacing a lot of what you've lost, then it can do all these fantastic things you hear in terms of the healing and restoration, okay? So we present this as an example of what some of the people who have done that have experienced. So if you want to look at parasites, for example, come here and click parasites. And I'm able to sort these now, just having like a day or so. And you can listen and ask if you can about her parasites coming out of her face and various other places. And only one place. You can come right here and get those. And if you want to send them to somebody, you want to send King Kevin's thing out, you click that. You can hear it by playing that. I won't play it. But up here is where we have these options for sending it out. That's text messaging, that's WhatsApp, and you click this. Let me switch to the phone for this, though, because it works better on the phone because you have direct access to your contact. Or if you got a Mac like I do, I can get my contacts right here, but you're not likely to be able to do that on the PC. So let's come over here, and we'll do the same thing. So share audio, videos, and docs. And there's a generalized search right here. Okay, so if I were to type in parasites right here, and I send this, I'll find parasites one that way. But come to these major categories first and look at these subcategories. You can just scroll down through here on your phone. And I'm going to find parasites like I did over there. So JKLMNOP. Yeah. Okay. But now when you pick one, comes up, tells you that it's putting a link in it that you can customize. Click share. Comes up. Now you choose how you want to send it out. If you choose from contacts, now you're going to put that person's contact in. And whoever name you put in there is then going to get added to that. Like I think last time I did novelette, put Nick in here. Okay, so Nick's name is there. Generate the link. It does that. And you see it right, and I can change this. I can edit this before it goes out. Click share. and I choose how it's gonna go. If it's gonna go WhatsApp, it's gonna go with a text message, right? And now I'll do it again with text message. And in due time, it's gonna me over to my text application for us to do that sharing. Sometimes the phone glitches a little bit, so anyway, I'm gonna abbreviate it right now. It works better on the phone than it does on a computer, but it works on a computer. Let me quickly summarize this. You have amazing technology at your disposal for you to use, for you to share it with other people. You have really well thought out and designed compensation that pays you like you haven't been compensated before. I don't say that with any hesitation. And you'll have tools now which you're already using. Soon to be completely finished, it will be out of beta. They'll tell that mitochondria story for you, which is the most important thing. Somebody asks you about what you got, you should just simply say, have you ever heard of mitochondria? Right? If you're comfortable in telling that story the right way, you tell it. Otherwise, send this video to them, let me tell it. Okay, I built a whole company telling that story. You know, Roger, I got a dog over here, something wrong with it. What you got? Have you ever heard of mitochondria? You got something in my foot, have you ever heard of mitochondria? Everything I do starts there. I want to invest in your company. Have you ever heard of mitochondria? Okay. It's all mitochondria all the time is what works. Okay. That's it for this part. I'm gonna get back to Maria, and maybe we got some Q&A or whatever needs to get done next. I'll get off my desktop and move this little thing out of the way so I can do that. And there we go. We're back. Okay, everybody, I hope that didn't leave you too confused. If it did, remember that's why we got all these recordings. Okay? Hey, thank you, love the hearts. Love the hearts.
All right. Amazing presentation. Thank you so much, Roger. All right, we're going to go to the chat right now. Let's see, we do have a question from Samira. Is there an update to the beta version of that?
Well, the mobile app, we are constantly upgrading it. The last upgrade was so I could sort those in there. The final upgrade is going to be the finalization of that flyer, okay, which any day now, okay? I should say probably any week now, so we'll probably announce it on like a Saturday or a Monday. But you can use it right now, and people are using it right now. Some of you who are using it should comment, so the folks that haven't used it yet can find out what they're missing out on, okay? All right, what's next?
Okay, someone says, my customer placed an order over a week ago and requested an expedited delivery, and she has not received it yet. Someone else said the same thing.
Yeah, that's a customer service thing. Just give those to Dale. We're talking about.
Right.
Oh, that's not a topic tonight.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen,
definitely put it in there. We'll make sure that customer service hears about it. Okay. But we're not going to respond to that right here.
Okay. So that's all we have in the chat for right now. We are taking open for.
Yeah. Let's
want to share anyone would like to share.
Okay. Any shares or questions or comments? Q&A time like we do on the health and wellness calls. Okay, so we got Norma Jones over here.
All right, Miss Norma, can I go ahead and unmute you? Let's see. Nick, can you unmute her or not of that?
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Norma, you can go ahead. There should be a button that's going to pop up on your screen. You should be able to click on it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, Norma.
Hello, family. How's everybody doing this evening? We are having a great Mito day. My mom and I, 3 testimonials here. My mom just turned 92 about a week ago, and she's been on the product since late January. She has quite a few health challenges. The Mito have helped her with her hearing. It also has helped her with her congestive heart failure and swelling in her feet and hands, and also it's helped her with her neuropathy. she does understand that she has lots of conditions, and this is what she told me today. This didn't happen overnight. I've had conditions from ages 30 on up, so she know that it wasn't going to be an overnight sensation, but she does know consistently taking it that she's going to get some great results. And so we started off with the neuropathy, and so we was on that for about a week or so, and she started having some really great success with the neuropathy. She's been experiencing that probably for, I would say, over 20 years, because she had a breast cancer diagnosis, and so that neuropathy has just been there, and it seemed like it just got more advanced as time went on. So she got a great response after about a week or so, and then she's had a hearing problem for a long time, longer than 10, 15 years. And the doctor told her it was no need to even get a hearing aid because her hearing was so far gone. So more than 80%. So from time to time, she'll turn to the side to her good ear so she can understand what you're saying. So we heard the testimony about the young lady that hadn't heard in over 30 years. So I said, Mom, we're going to try that mito in your ear tonight. So we did that for about 3 or 4 nights. And after a couple of days after that, she woke up in the middle of the night, and she was hollering, and she said, Norma, come here quick. You hear that? You hear that? And I'm in the other room. She said, there's a TV on and people are talking. Do you have a TV on? Anything? I said, no, ma'am. So what it was is our neighbors, their room is next to the wall where she sleeps. And she never hears anything. She doesn't hear the snoring. She doesn't hear the TV or anything or them talking. And I've been hearing it since we've been here. So she was so amazed that she could hear, because she had not heard for years. And then it got better as each day went on. The hearing got better. So now she's hearing water running in the other apartment. And she thought it was running here where we are. So it's getting sharper and sharper. And then she has vertigo as well. And so I've noticed that she's not having those ongoing vertigo come-ons like she was before. So it's really working really great for her. And also she had been diagnosed with congestive heart failure. And so we heard the testimony about that. And so I started mixing the Restore and the Rejuvenate together, rubbing it on her chest every night, also rubbing it behind her ears, and rubbing it also right at the beginning of her backbone, right there, and also in her temple and across her forehead. And so she's been having great success with that. She had a lot of phlegm and cough that was coming up, and she was coughing so consistently, like it seems like 3 or 4 times in 30 minutes she's coughing and bringing up phlegm. So that has substantially subsided quite a bit. So, we're just being consistent with it. We changed our eating habits, cut out the processed foods. We even do a little exercise as much as we can for her. And just thanking the good Lord that we came across this. And for myself, I have problem with neuropathy in my hands and feet, and I started on it as well. And after about a week, I had my feeling back in my hands and my feet. Right now, it's just my toes and my fingertips, but I hadn't had feeling in my hands or my feet in about 10 months before trying this. And this was, like I said, about in January when I started. And so, hey, we're doing good, and we're just going to stick with it. And we thank you. We call you Dr. Hill, my mom and I, for just being able to, to show the world that you don't have to suffer with these conditions. If you do, it's nobody's fault but your own if you've been introduced to it. So we're just going to keep going, and we thank.
All right, thank you, Norma. What an amazing story for you and your family. So appreciated.
Thank you, Norma. That was amazing.
About Sumera.
Samara. go ahead and unmute you.
Okay, thank you very much. Always informative calls. I think it's really important to get your confidence by hearing the testimonials, and that was a really great testimonial. So thank you for sharing about the hearing, because I'm hoping my dad gets a little bit more consistent. But yeah, it's very, very important. The other question I had was, I think someone had it in the chat, but is there more information that in the back office of the XDX technology, like any information about it or anything, or is it just unexplained? Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna generally tell you now. First of all, it is proprietary, right? So we're not gonna give it away anymore. A Coke's gonna give away their formula.
Okay.
But what it's doing is reorganizing the molecules of all these ingredients, which you do see other places and may have used some as well. Because what we have to do is we got to make sure they work in concert, don't fight each other. We have to make sure they get all the way into the mitochondria. Well, the evidence has figured out a magical way to do that. Okay, and so it happens. Now, the other thing that goes along with this is that, and I might jump back to my desktop to make sure you see where this is. In your back office back here, you have another section that you should be aware of. This, and then come right here where it says more mito-technology. This is where even more information is going to be about the XDS technology. And Dr. Dan and I, in the coming days, are going to do a video where we talk about that. So you click this and come here, and there's this document, okay, that just nails it in terms of all the stuff the formulation is doing. Like, how are we growing mitochondria? It's called biogenesis. Okay, you click this link, it's going to take you to all the ingredients that are part of that in the formulation. Okay, you see this, and it goes studies and everything. So you have that, and that is the case for. Where am I? Okay, here I am right here. That's the case for all of these different.
Check that out. Okay. That's
okay.
Great.
So you got that. There's plenty of backup right there.
Just like, I guess for some people who want to get the understanding so they can learn more, I can send them that document. That's okay to share, right?
Yeah. So that's because there's a lot happening here that we don't talk about routinely. Like turn up not just your mitochondria, but all the antioxidants that your body makes.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of makes this like many products in one. So instead of just going by a antioxidant, you can have all the antioxidants turned up. Also stem cells, okay, telomeres. The whole you've read it, so you know all that stuff there. Those
even if let's say you're taking this, but if you take any other products, it's not going to harm you. Like you could take other stuff if you have it, correct?
If generally speaking, if it's good for you, it's just going to work better. Because what we're doing is we're upregulating the cells at the most fundamental level. Things are going to be to flow in and out of your cells better, be good stuff in, and toxins coming out. That cell's going to be stronger because it's got more energy. So now it's going to metabolize and function inside of whatever organ it's in that much better.
Like for instance, I know nitric oxide or glutathione, those are other naturally occurring. But if you want to up that later, but this is a very good start that will help you on the mitochondria. But if you have those things, they'll just work better.
They'll work better, and you may end up saving some money, though. It's like you just don't tend to need everything you're already taking.
Of course.
That's fundamental. Like when I'm introducing somebody, I'm not trying to, now take mitochondria, now add this out and don't do that, okay? Get that person on my advice. So get that person on this technology so everybody knows what's doing what, okay? You already taking this other stuff. I would just say don't add any new stuff at the same time you're adding that. And you can consider just taking this stuff for that matter. But to your point, I take some minerals and stuff, and I take some things for my sleep because I'm always challenged with up in the middle of the night with the program and in the morning, all this stuff. I'm not like Dale. Dale's he can live vampire hours, He don't have to sleep.
Everyone's unique. Yeah.
All right. Great question, Samara. Thank you for that question. Next we have that. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. You may ask your question or comment.
You can unmute yourself, Yvette. Somebody unmuted you yet?
Privileged to be here. There you go. You hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to thank Roger face to face. I've not met him face to face. We talked once on the phone with a dear lady that was worried about all the medications. She was on a bunch of seizure medications, and her son was near drowning on a ventilator. You know, he doesn't have to be on CPAP. He doesn't have to be on the CPAP anymore. It can go on a whole trip without oxygen. His hair started growing back in, and he's been sleeping so much better and less pain.
Awesome.
So many helps for him. Just real fast, I'm a cardiac ICU RN, specialty for 25 years of my life and an RN for 40 with a high functioning autistic boy. As far as quick testimonial, emotional intelligence, this is so motivational. When your mitochondria are fired up, you're fired up to make change happen. That's one of my most favorite things personally. But for my son, he's actually present in the moment with his high functioning autism and turn taking at a level he's never been. No more toe walking. The flat affect is a thing of the past. Still slight monotone voice, but I'm telling you that anoxic brain injury and the vaccine reaction with that brain injury, my heavens, is it repairing brain tissue. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I was doing booths with samples that I've made, and I was telling people, hi, just tell them a little bit about the product. Do you heard anywhere? I'm looking for a guinea pig that this doesn't work on, because right now I'm at 100% pain relief 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for the guinea pig that it doesn't work on. And they said, well, I'm the one, you know. And I had some people dragging other people at this little street fair. Anyway, they were lined up, and this one lady comes up. I had a line the whole day. It was like a dead small little fair, and I'm like, they're like, you know, bringing them on in, right? You know, calling people on the phone, get up here. So it was something else, and this lady comes up, and she had a frozen shoulder, and I rubbed the cream and the oil on her, and it didn't work, and she was still hurting. And so I wanted to share with you what I have learned as I've been doing this. There was another product a long time ago. They recommended applying it 3 times within 5 minutes. And I've added a little something on the windy day with this woman's frozen shoulder. It was a windy day, and it was kind of drying the cream on the surface a little more. So I added a little water after the 3rd application, said a prayer, and just massaged it in real slow. Do you know this 90-year-old woman with dementia? They couldn't even clean under her armpit properly for years with frozen shoulder. She lifted her arm like this with a squeal. I thought her husband was going to pass out. I got him a chair and hung onto her, and the pain was better. She was able to lift her arm like that for the first time in over 10 years. He had taken her everywhere. So I just wanted to let you know 3 times within 5 minutes, followed by a little water, seems to be a precious tip when you have somebody that it doesn't help. So I hope that helps everybody to help others and grow the business. And I'm eternally grateful to you, Roger, and this company. Thank you for letting me share.
Great. Thank you. Great talking to you. I'm so happy to hear about your son. I know how that share with people the first experience you had where you saw the change in him.
Oh, you remember that conversation, I guess, when I dropped. Oh my, I was waiting to see things, and I was seeing little subtle changes, but I'm like, I don't know. You know, because I'm hoping to God. I mean, I've spent thousands, and he's 24 years of age, and we've gotten improvements, but we've never been able to go to the core of the injury and regenerate tissue. And all of a sudden, I was telling him, you know, I do these little sermons, you know, on the way, motivational. My dad did that with me. 10-minute drive, get a 10-minute sermon, and this was a pretty good one that I was doing that day. And so I stopped the car. And it's time for him to get out. You know, he usually just gets out of the car and goes into college because he doesn't drive. And he stops and he looks down and he just looks up at me. And I've never had loving expressions from my son, not a lot of emotional, subtle expressions, right? Mm-hmm. He leans over and he gives me this look like, I just love you.
Oh boy.
You know, but no words, just in his face, like, it all flowed out all at once at me. And I'm like seeing something I thought I was going to not see until, you know, we were in heaven, right? And undeniable. And so then he gets out of the car and he's getting his backpack and his little toe walk. he is walking like a neurotypical person. And I'm like, I rolled up the windows and I did the squeal because that was it. I was undeniable.
I just want words like, as a parent, okay, I know like that just had like give you goosebumps, you know. Oh,
It sure did. It sure did.
thank you for sharing that. Please continue to. Okay.
All right. What an
All right.
amazing testimony.
Okay.
All right, so
We got
wellness.
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda, you're unmuted.
Hi there. Good evening, everyone. Great call.
Nancy?
Hi there. The conversation I know is recorded, right? Because I think I have to go through it a couple times to
Yeah,
truly
that's why I got
understand it.
recorded. It's all through there.
Okay. And I wanted to say on the mobile app, that document that you just went over, which shows the information.
Yeah.
How do you share that? Because I tried sharing it from my mobile and it would not, like once you open I'm doing it right now. You open the PDF and you tap on the link, like the first link. You can't share that, right?
Okay.
You have to share.
Okay. So here's the thing. You saw me go to that item that says share audio, videos, and docs. Then you saw me choose a major category. I chose people. Then you saw me choose a subcategory. I chose parasites. Okay. Now in there you see all the different, ones I have for that subcategory, right? And I clicked on one, it came up, and in that panel where it comes up, you have an arrow in the lower left-hand corner where you can play it, right? But in the upper left-hand corner, you have those 5 methods by which you can send it out. You see that? The 5 methods. You got Twitter, Facebook, and all that. But on one end, you got WhatsApp. The other end, you got your mobile app. You got to choose one of those.
I guess I'm not.
You still don't see where I'm talking about?
No, when I hit that, where it says ingredients, hold on, I'm sorry, I just went there. When I tap on the PDF, more mito ingredient benefits
Okay,
and
I'm
effect.
gonna fix this for you. I gotta get this off of here. Okay, let's get this down. Okay, got this stuff in the way here. Got a little dock here for the call that's hiding part of my screen. All right, so here you go. So you came here, you saw this. You come here, you get the 3 major categories. And it works the same. I'm doing it on the computer, but it works the same way on the phone. And you got all 3 of these, right? Okay, now, well, actually, I got my phone right here. I can switch to.
Oh, okay. I was going somewhere else. I was going in the mitochondria story, and then there's a PDF that gives ingredients.
Oh, okay. By the way, this is my blood pressure.
Wow.
Show me some love. I'll be back to that in a minute. Let me get rid of that and come over here. Talked about that last week. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, this way you make a selection right here, right? So you click it, comes here, you click share. All right, now you get to choose from contacts. I'll just manually put someone's name in. The advantage of your phone is that everybody's phone has access to the text. Let's choose that. Now you gotta come here and pick up the contact.
Right, but I wasn't talking about that one in particular. I was talking about you go into the mobile app mitochondria story. When you click on there, it says more mito technology, product PDF, and ingredients.
All right, so let me go over here a little bit faster. Come here, and here you have this document. Okay, now
Right.
Can you see in this upper left-hand corner these 5 icons?
Not on the mobile app.
Okay, then you got to do it from. If you don't see it, that's one of the differences there. You got to come over here and do it from your back office.
Oh, okay.
Log into your back office from your computer, and you'll do it from right here. If you want to send an email, you hit the email, and it should bring up the email template and so forth. Or
Okay, yeah, because they were asking me about ingredients, and then just 2 other things. I'll do that from the computer. I thought maybe the mobile app was something wrong that I was doing. I believe that as long as you're taking enough of the more mito, You just need something that gives you minerals, whether it's Celtic salt or something like that, and some kind of amino acids. Unless if you have some other issue, like if you're, low on vitamin D3, but I don't think that people need to take all that supplementation now when you start doing the mitochondria. That's just my personal opinion, of course. And then I had someone ask me just recently, this weekend, I was in Phoenix. They kept on asking me for clinical studies on our stuff.
Yeah. So that document that I showed you is where I would go, because you actually have live links to PubMed studies and so forth on the individual ingredients. Okay. That document that we're looking at, it has that there, and that's what I refer them to. Now, as far as the whole project is concerned, no. This thing is self-funded. I don't have money for those studies at this point. Okay.
Right.
So we're gonna have to be content to deal with people who are more concerned about whether or not it works than whether or not do the study for it. Here's what I always say to these study conscious people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you something about that. You know some products got studies, right? Okay. Well, did it start working just when they put the study out, or was it already working? Okay. And have you ever seen like every single product, most part, lots of them anyway, that I've ever used, there's been a study for that product. Okay. Did the study make their mitochondria grow back? Okay, all right, so that's what we're doing. When you're ready for your mitochondria growth to go back, come to us, okay? You want studies, you got a lot to choose from, okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I get it how, that's what people say.
That's just a thing.
That's just a thing for advertising copy. You can have a study on anything, and the studies can be manipulated, okay? If you work with people, follow people that like I do, who specialize in studies, they will tell you some studies aren't worth anything, okay? So rather than presenting you with something that you could throw off that way, let me show you man's foot about where people ask me, is the person that foot belongs to still alive? Okay? Well, let me let you see that lady pulling back her cheek. That'll be on her audio. I put a picture up there. She's pulling her cheek back there, showing that teeth where a hole in this. You can put a Q-tip in, and it closes off. Okay. So here's all we're saying. This is what we got. Okay. For all of y'all that don't have to wait for us to study, well, maybe that's why we're in business and growing, and maybe that's why naturopaths and MDs order this 20 to 100 at a time. So what are they doing? Are they treating with anecdotal, or are they treating with something that really works? What's critical here? Nice thing I like is you get to choose. So that's how I deal with all of that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So now we have Cornwall. You are unmuted.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Hill, thank you so much for this product. I've been on before. I spoke about my mom and how she was intubated in the hospital. In fact, originally she got hospitalized because of low sodium. She's 78 years old and her sodium was low, so she got they admitted her. But during her visit, she somehow got heart failure. I suppose because she was having breathing issues, maybe possibly from asthmatic, or could be bronchitis or pneumonia, but they weren't focused on that. They were more focused on the low sodium. Anyway, they were testing her constantly every day to see not working properly, which could have thrown off her low sodium in the body. Well, come to find out, they found out her liver had needed help. She was diagnosed for having hepatitis C in the past. So they were looking at the liver because her numbers were low. And she also had high blood pressure. She was taking medication for that. So they were looking at the heart. Her kidneys numbers weren't right. But anyway, my aunt Elizabeth, who introduced me to the product, she was telling me about the product and gave it to me and said, put this on your mom. There's a lot of good reviews. And from my personal experience with oils and castor oil, I noticed that the castor oil is highly absorbable in the body, and I knew based on experience that that was very effective with a lot of clusters in the body. So when I found this product, I did a little reading, and it dawned on me right away what this product does. It went a little deeper, like the lady I met previously today. She told me that the difference with the castor oil and this oil, or this technology, it goes to the deeper source in the cells. So I understand it very clearly. So what I was doing, I was applying it on my mom around her head for her brain, because affect her thinking faculties. When she was when she was asked to go home, she was recovering, but this is after being intubated from heart failure. I was applying this cream.
Okay, I'm listening for if you have a question specifically for me, though.
No, well, one question I asked: is it possible to take this medication with? This technology with medication of any kind.
Yes, I mean most of the people on some kind of medication.
Okay, so there's no interaction, no nothing. Okay,
no,
wonderful.
The doctor may specifically say in some procedures, don't take anything leading up to this procedure. That may happen.
Right.
But we've got people. You name the condition, there's somebody on medication for it is also on mito.
Okay, no. Good. One more. I just want to make this one point. With the former hepatitis C problem, I was applying the cream around her brain. It helped her memory. It returned. I rub it on her chest. Her cough, her asthmatic bronchitis, whatever went away. I applied it over her liver often, across over to her heart, under the breast area, both sides, and all over her abdomen, and down over the kidneys, in her belly button, down to the end of her stomach. And I apply this twice daily. And if you see my mom, discover from her, her bowels, no kidding, each time, 3 times a day. And I hope this don't offend anyone. Her bowels like a pound, a pound each time. This was after she went home, and I find that this helped me as well. So it's very good on the bowels as well. And I applied it in my neck area for pain from stress. It relieves it. My legs were heavy today. It relieves that heavy feeling. And also my brother, who broke his wrist recently, was inflamed with swelling from his hand. The swelling went down. So this product is absolutely amazing, and I recommend it to everyone to keep this in your home and preach about it. It's not going to give us everlasting life, but this is going to help us endure these difficult times we're going through. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, great to have you on. So I want to let Dale do the commercial right here, Maria, and everybody can continue as long as they want to. I'm going to have to leave. And if you want to continue with the hands after that, you can. Dale, you there?
I am here. I hope everybody can hear me.
All right. Yep, loud and clear.
All right. Listen, everybody, you get these incredible products at moremito.com, moremito.com, then a / type in your username and hit enter. You're going to be at your website now. You know it's your site because your name is at the top of the page. So is your phone number. So is your email, even your WhatsApp, if you put that information in. to get answers to the questions you've heard a lot of tonight. What's in it? What are the products? Tell me about XDS. How's it all work? Are there any testimonials? It's all there on the website. After you initially tell them what you know and what you've experienced and how people have been helped, send them to your site to get the learning and, most importantly, to purchase. They can buy these products from you. They can't buy from the company. But there's one more thing they can do that is a big plus to them, and that's they can join you. Listen, we've created a one-of-a-kind product line. You know that from what you've heard tonight. We've created a one-of-a-kind company. You know that also from what you heard tonight. There's nothing like the More Mito company. There's never been. Well, look, it's free to join. You don't pay to come here. We don't charge you to tell people about us. We don't charge you to be here on a monthly basis. There's no monthly fees. The website I just described, that's free. And it's all here to support you to spread the message. People need to know this incredible product works. While one person is asking for a study, which is a way of really just saying no and trying to block the conversation, 10 other people are having their lives changed. They're getting their vision back. Their blood pressure is going down. Their retinopathy. How about getting shots in your eyes and you don't get shots anymore? Well, you know what? You 4 people, Archbishop Vince McCall, go to your doctor, tell him to start giving you shots again because you don't have a study. You've got real life. You've got reality. That's what's happening here. And we're here to support you with that. We've got a tremendous support team. Our phones are open 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. If you've got a question, call and let's get it answered. If you've got a question on shipping, for gosh sakes, don't wait for a meeting. Call the support staff. That's what they're there for. If you don't get a person, leave a message, you're going to get a call back. Nobody does that, but we do because we created this incredible company. And Roger said one of the most incredible parts of it is, and it's true, we don't pay you once a month or once a week or even once a day. Every time somebody purchases, once you're a verified member with us, your pay is there waiting for you. Your compensation, if you're a referring customer, it's internal money. Use it to buy product, pay for shipping, and send it to other people so they can make purchases. It's a tremendous benefit to those outside the U.S. because they can make purchases with product without worrying about an exchange rate. And you can also upgrade. There's no charge. You heard Roger mention that as he was going through commissions. There's no charge to upgrade to a paid rep. And now your compensation comes as regular cash. Send it to your bank. Banks outside the U.S., you can do that through the powerful Stripe ACH that we set ourselves up with. You can also send it to PayPal, to your Venmo card. You can spend it within minutes of it coming in. So we've created everything we think that is important to build a company. There's no hype here. There's no games. We could charge you 100 different places and we don't, because we're here to move the product out into the population to change lives, physical lives, health lives, and financial lives. And you now hold the secrets. Go share the message. Get the word out. We've got a 30-day empty bottle money-back guarantee. Nobody has anything to lose and everything to gain, and you're in charge of all of it. So share the message. Let us know if you've got questions, and with that, I'll turn it back to all of you.
All right. Bonet. The legendary Dale Bonet, I'm told.
Yeah, I'm the one telling you, so it doesn't count.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna check out right now. I guess if the party comment on my part is, please appreciate how blessed we all are to be in the position we're in right now. One of the reasons I never complain, really, is that God could have chosen somebody else to be where we are right now. He didn't have to choose us, okay? So I hope you appreciate it that way, and I hope that you take the value of what you heard and share with everybody you can. Okay, that's what it's up to right now. You know what this is. You know how it works. You know how profoundly effective it is. Okay, and yes, if you don't mind, we'll compensate you for. Okay, So unless you're allergic to that, all right, take advantage of all of the above. All right. So with that, I'm gonna check out. Y'all can continue as long as you want, but
All right, we're probably gonna close it out. We do have, I saw that we have one question, can it be used on a 5-year-old with autism? Yes, most definitely. We do have a lot of testimonies in our back office. You have a child with autism, you can mix the Restore with the Rejuvenate and rub it on the back of the base of their brainstem, right in the back of their neck back here, and on their temples. You can just massage it in under their little feet. Yes, we do. We have some great testimonies. Go in your back office. If you're not already affiliated with us, get with the person who invited you, and they can get you started and walk you around your website that you have. So that was our last question, and we don't have any more hands. So we just want, what time is it, everybody?
Mito time.
It's more Mito time. Let's go.
It's more Mito time, right? Let's do our more Mito toast, everyone. Yeah. And everybody should have some of your technology with you. Go ahead and put it on any area that you may be having an issue in, on your eyes. If you have trouble remembering things, just and massage it into your scalp. Put it at the base of your neck. You know, you want to sleep good tonight. Put it under the bottom of your feet, right? Got some digestive issues. Put some in your navel, right? That's your Rejuvenate with the Restore. Make sure if you haven't had your Restore today, go ahead and do your Restore. All right. Well, everybody, Nick is going to let everybody say good night to each other.
Recording stopped.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and allow everyone to say good night. Give me 1 second. Let me turn on the mics, and we'll say good night to everybody. We'll say good night. So, guys, the mics are unmuted. You can say good night.
Good night.
We'll see you guys.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.